Yeah.
Like,
What was the word that I used the other day? Like we should stop using the word settle. It's starts with a C. I can't think of the word. Not settle, but we need
that probably
to.
wasn't on.
Yeah, I don't know if it was on your episode, but
Yeah.
do you know what the word was, Donnie?
Man, I can't
It's not
remember.
settle, but it's fuck. I can't think of the fucking word. Somebody in chat fucking remind me. But yeah, settling sounds really bad. God, I wish I could fucking remember the
I got
word
a
right now.
question
Yeah,
too
go ahead.
about that whole settling thing, because I do hear a lot of women say settling. Whenever we talk about the wants or the preferences from a woman, it's usually like a long checklist of all this kind of stuff. He needs to be 6 foot, six figures, got a 6-inch dick. He has to be charming. He has to have game. He has to be an asshole, but not an asshole to me.
Well, see,
All this.
most of the time that sounds like checklist of women that's not even being reasonable. Me personally, I don't have a like. I'm not gonna just be like, okay, I'm only talking to dudes that's 6'2" and that's it. Like, nah.
We
If
need
you
to go
meet the
play back her
man,
video. I need to see what she
Yeah.
said last show.
no, I said no. You asked what's our preference, and I said I would like a dude that's 6'2", but most of the dudes I talk to are
Well, what
not
would you settle
6'2".
for?
But
What would you settle for? Because you're just saying you don't want to settle. So what would you settle for?
Settling meaning like putting up with stuff that I know
Well,
I wouldn't.
I want to know like what height would you settle for though? Like what's the
what would
lowest
be
height?
your preferences?
Like your
No
real
shorter
preference.
than 5'7". I'm 5'7". You can't be no shorter than me.
So
We could at least be the
you would
same
date
height.
a guy who, if you wore heels next to him, you would be 4 or 5
I
inches
could
taller
have
than him.
swore you said somebody
Maybe.
taller last episode because
No,
you wore heels.
I did say no. Y'all asked if I would prefer,
Yeah, that's
and
what
I
we're
said
asking.
yeah, 6'2". But I'm saying like I wouldn't talk to nobody no shorter than 5'7".
Yeah,
If I put on heels,
That's settling right there.
But
the reason ultimately why I'm asking this kind of question, like with the preferences, the number of preferences that women usually ask for compared to the preference of men, who's really settling here? Is it the men or the women?
we do settle. We settle. We settle a lot.
Yeah, I could
But
agree with that. But I mean, for the guy that you really ultimately want, who's actually really settling here? Because I could tell you, a woman that the guy's really wanting, a lot of times the guy is the ones that
it's
settling.
way out of their league, is what you're saying.
No.
The women that they normally want is out of their league. That's what most of the
No,
time
I'm
it
saying
be.
the guys that the women that guys usually choose. Like we don't care about getting a chick that makes $20,000 a
Yeah.
year, still lives with their parents. Versus you would not accept a dude that lives with his parents. Would
Yeah.
not make it $20,000. So really, who's actually settling here? Because I always hear that terminology "settle" a lot from women, and it's
I feel like maybe we all
if
look
you're
at
if you're
settling.
hypergamous, like how are you settling if you have that hypergamous mindset?
I feel like maybe women and men look at settling differently. That could be it too, because I know we look at settling more so like I just said, a certain
Financially
thing.
or height,
Not no. That's I mean
that's settling for sure. Like if a woman is like looking for a guy that makes like $1 million a year, which she's like 22 or 21, and then by the time she's like 30, she's like, you know what? Let me take that down to like.
well, let me say this:
50K a year.
every woman is different. Me personally, I'm not gonna make a height a requirement. I just don't want you to be no shorter than me.
Yeah.
If it's anything else, then I'm cool. But as long as you meet like the inner you, meet the good qualities that I want, like someone that knows how to communicate, do things a man's supposed to do, so on and so forth. If as long as you're able to meet those type of requirements, then I'm cool with the height. Just don't be shorter than me.
I gotta ask, because there's a lot of like wants on each side sometimes. What if the guy wanted you to not go on girls trips, not go on girls night out to the club with like your friends and stuff like that? Would you sacrifice those two things?
No, because are you my daddy?
You wouldn't?
I'm a grown woman. I'm not gonna tell you not to go out with your friends. Now, if it's like we in the middle of a fight or something, you talking about going out, then it's different. But you can't tell me I'm not going out and I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. You're
Here,
not my parent.
let me flip this on you a little bit. Let's imagine that somebody breaks into the house, and this guy who breaks into the house, you look over at your man, you are laying in bed, and you got to be like, hey baby, fucking get up, go go go, and you have to like tell him to go and like protect you and stuff.
Yeah.
How would that make you feel?
Like, I mean, was he asleep?
No, he woke up right there too. He looked at you. He was like, what the fuck?
Oh no. I mean that.
And you had to be like, baby, go do something. Like how would you feel?
I would feel like you can't do nothing for me.
Okay, how would you feel if you're at like the club and a guy just fucking takes a big old grip of your ass right there in front of your man, and he just looks at you. He's just like, "Heh,"
Oh no.
What would you do? How would
I,
you
I would
how
break
would you
up.
feel?
I would break up with my
You would
man,
break up
like
with them?
because you my man. You don't gotta like if my man not at the club and somebody did that to me, I know how to defend
Okay.
myself, and I'm gonna get on him and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'll call my boyfriend right now. He'll beat you up. But
So
if you're standing right there, don't just watch it. You supposed to punch the nigga in the face soon as he touched me.
okay. So that's how men feel when women aren't acting like women. See, a man should be acting like a man, and whenever somebody breaks his house, he needs to get up and do something about it like a fucking man. Somebody grabs this girl's ass, he needs to do something about it like a fucking man. A woman today can do whatever they want. They can act like they're not women at all, and nobody can say anything to them. They can go out on girls' nights, they can go on girls' trips, do all this stuff
It'll
that
be
is
different
it's
though.
not feminine, it's not womanly at all. It's not what a good nurturing mother, anybody from the Bible would ever fucking do. But it's accepted today. It's some clown shit, honestly, and
Honestly,
like it's just something that like goes on all the time today because it's normalized. But in reality, it's not. Like that's not what men want. Just like how you wouldn't want a man that's gonna look over at you like, what, are you going to go protect us? You want a masculine man that's going to do what a man is supposed to do. Just like how a masculine man wants a woman that's going to do what a woman should supposed to do.
I feel like it's two different scenarios, two different things. Me personally, I feel like
It's asking like a woman and it's acting like a
no,
man.
no. Let me finish. So I feel like you protecting us, doing what a man does. That's what you're supposed to do. You know, I know how to submit and listen to what my man says, but just like I wouldn't, even if I'm married, I'm not telling my husband you can't go out with your friends, and that's if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I feel like at the end of the day, it's about people just having fun, resetting. You know, maybe back in the old days, certain women didn't go out and have fun or whatever, but that was back then. I feel like now women have stepped into the role like, okay, I can take care of my kids, take care of my man, take care of my household and my business, and still go out and enjoy myself. Because at the end of the day, if I'm not whole and if I'm not feeling good, the kids ain't finna feel good, the man ain't finna feel good, the whole house is mad.
Well, it's
So
a whole privilege thing. We had way less privileges 50 or 100 years ago, and we didn't hear none of this shit from the mothers. We didn't hear none of it. It's a whole new privilege. We live in America, the most privileged country in the fucking world, where we are so spoiled as fuck. Literally the richest country in the fucking world. We get to do whatever we want. We get to travel all around. We get all this shit. We all got credit cards where we can fucking do whatever the fuck we want. Shit, trust me, we're privileged as fuck. This is a whole new thing because we can. It's not because it's the best thing. It's just because we can.
I think women have always felt like that. They just didn't have a backbone back then to actually say it and put their foot down and let it be known this is what we're doing. Because a lot of time, like a lot of women from back in the day, I actually seen the podcast with Mary J. Blige, Carisha, and Taraji B. Henson, where they was kind of talking about that, and they were just saying how, you know, this new generation, you know, have been putting their foot down and saying what they will and won't put up with, and how they're gonna take care of themselves first. But opposed to the older generation, where they'll stay in marriages that's not
Was it
working
the video
and
that
stuff
I
like
shared
that.
that you're talking about? Like
I
I
don't
just shared
know.
a video that was talking about that, but at the end of the video, if you watched it,
It
it
was
showed
when
how
I'm
bad
talking about with
everything was.
Mary J. Blige,
I don't
and
know if
it
it was
was
Mary J.
yeah,
Blige.
no, it was Mary J. Blige, Carisha, and Yo Miami. I mean Taraji B. Henson.
Yeah.
They did a little podcast thing, and they were saying like how the older generation, you know, they just put up with a lot of stuff. They didn't really stand on what they wanted to do, and I feel like, you know,
Well,
that's just
you should have watched the video I just posted a few days ago because it was a woman saying this in 1972, saying
mhm.
exactly what you're fucking saying right now, and then it fast forwarded to 1982 to
Oh
how
yeah, I
bad it
saw that
got
shit.
and how fucking horrible it got because women started talking like that, and it was
Yeah.
because of feminism that pushed black women to talk like that. And you know why? Because it was incentivized for y'all. It was incentivized to break the family apart. Give them food stamps. Give them housing. Give them all this stuff. Black women were literally incentivized to break up their families. It was fucked up. It's never been right. It's just what feminism told you was right.
Hey y'all, Sergio here. I just want to mention I've created a completely free guide that shows you exactly how I went from having low confidence and being painfully awkward around women to easily meeting and dating numerous high quality desirable women in real life without the use of any dating apps or social media. So if you're struggling to get out there, if you have approach anxiety or don't know what to say or how to interact with women to make them want you and are sick of using dating apps with low value girls that hundreds of other guys have been chatting with, Click the link in the description below to grab your free guide right now. And if you want private mentorship with me personally to help guide you every step of the way in this process, check out my mentorship program in the description too. I would be happy to help you reach your dating goals and overcome any obstacle you may face. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.